Hey, Charles Lewis here with another really good money-making hot tip for photography. We're in my studio, and I know this probably looks kind of like a home to you, and that's one of the major secrets to my success is making my studio, which is not in my home. It used to be a long time ago, but it's not now anymore. Making my studio look just like a home, so that a client, when she walks in, can really relate to what she sees. It doesn't look like a gallery, and we'll talk a lot more about that in other hot tips. But today what I want to do is to give you one major point that so many photographers, I do a lot of consulting, a lot of coaching with other photographers around the world, and one of the mistakes that I'm seeing and hearing people make, photographers make, is that they've got a printed price list, some kind of a printed price list that they give to people. They hand them out, they mail them out, they email them out, and in my opinion that is a terrible mistake, and I've spent years testing this. So you're getting the result of years and years of experience in testing and experimenting with exactly the best way to do this. And what you want to do is you want to have no price list of any kind that's printed up except one. You have one printed price list and only one. And it's in a really nice book, and I want to show you my book just to give you an idea what it looks like here. This is the area where I meet with our clients when they walk in to talk with us about the possibility of photographing them. This is called I call it my round table, and it's very carefully, what they see from each direction when they're sitting here and is very carefully calculated, and we'll talk about that in other hot tips as well. But for today, I want to talk to you about this price list thing, okay? So when we're talking with a client about the possibility of working with them, this is our price list. This is what we call our studio copy, and it's the only copy we have, okay? So when when they say, well, do you have a price list I can take home with you? Oh no, I don't actually have that. It's kind of complicated and confusing, but I do have my price list right here, so I can just simply grab it and I can open it up if I want to, and I prefer not to do that. I prefer not to open this up ever. But if I need to, I can open it up. It's on nice parchment paper. Okay, it's in a nice little cover book. It looks, obviously she's not going to take this home with her. It's very obvious, okay? And then so she can see that I really do have printed prices. Now the way I like to present my prices is I like to not even open this book. The book is there if I need it. But the way that is the most effective is simply to point around the studio and discuss the investment for each one of the images that she's seeing on the wall. And we'll talk about that in a later hot tip. So the point today is don't have a printed price list. Don't, whatever you do, please, I beg of you, don't put it on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and fold it into thirds and hand it to her. I mean, everybody does that, and it's a huge mistake. If she says, well, I've got to take stuff home, I got to think about this. Well, how come you don't have a printed price? Well, let me write down a few, okay, and I'll take from my mega booking packet that I also use. I can open up one of the sheets, turn it over on the back side, and I can write a few sizes or a few prices down. But as far as having a pre-printed price list, whether it's online, emailed to her, or whether it's in person, please don't do that. It's costing you a lot of business, because if you have that, she'll take that home and she'll think about it, and you'll never hear from her again. If you enjoyed this hot tip, go to www.cjlewis.com/freesecrets.html, and we'll give you other great money-making secrets, techniques, and tips that took me years and years to discover on how to earn a great living doing what you and I love to do, photography. I'll talk to you next time.